That's right.
Did you already take them?
I didn't have them. I
There should have
didn't
been
have
five.
They're gonna be going to have
That's
them
what
done,
happened.
right?
copies
Oh, and we have.
of the
Did you
proposal.
keep, do you have
I
one?
got one.
Okay, five, so call to order.
Okay, call to order. Okay, I'm calling to order the, meeting at 6:20. Okay, call to order 6:20.
Cheryl,
Cheryl calling to order. 6:20. call
Did
to
you,
order.
JT, did you say that? What do you mean? You could just pop a couple more copies of this? Yeah.
Okay. All right, everyone has a copy of the minutes, those on the committee. I was not here, so I'm gonna have to take your word for it. I
Nope.
did watch the video. I did. But it's not the same as being here, so.
Does it have the, who was here, who wasn't?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Now, the only thing I noticed was Sean's name, was misspelled. I don't know if anyone else noticed on the minutes.
Sean,
Sean, at the back, it says,
oh,
wait a second. Where is it? It wasn't
right here in the back.
Yeah, on the back, Sean. Michael, contact Sean Bergeron,
How do you spell it?
SHAWN, she forgot the N.
Scribble there.
But that's all I noticed, you
Oh,
guys might notice other stuff.
Further discussion on that back page,
Remolded,
remolded.
Wait,
first bullet on the back page.
Yeah, remolded
remolded, okay,
model.
remodeled. Did you see something, Heidi?
Yeah, fourth bullet point down, what's that sentence really supposed to be? It's a little, makes so much sense there.
Which,
4 bullet points down,
on the back page or the?
front.
Of 1, 2, 3, 4. The current building dimension of 40 by 60 and why the dimensions,
I think that's supposed to be and then
And
why the
then.
dimensions.
yeah. And then why the dimensions increased to 65 by 65, okay. Anything else?
Just the next steps on the back page, that first sentence, where after it says Tyler, that hiring should be just lowercase h, not.
Next steps, drawing in the fire department created by Tyler, and hiring an engineer, right, okay. Architect with code knowledge, okay.
And there's it, Sean,
Sean, SHAWN,
move to accept the minutes.
Second.
Oh,
okay,
Chris seconded.
Chris,
Chris and Chris.
Chris and Chris.
Chris and Chris.
Accept, and Chris S. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, I'm just making a couple of notes here, just give me a second. Mike. Tyler. Okay. You see on our agenda, we were going to discuss the municipal building plans, but unfortunately Tyler and Tyler aren't gonna make it back. So we're not gonna have the plans for that, for the municipal building. However, we do have some plans. Chris, you wanna? For the,
Hey. Whoops.
oh, and on the big paper?
Rail sized.
This wasn't unintentional. Can't see you earlier. That was purely by accident.
You saying something about wasting paper recently.
Uh-huh.
You got. You know if Mike was coming?
Mike is not coming, he's not feeling well.
What?
He's sick.
You sick?
He's sick.
That's not what she said though,
He's
is it?
not feeling well.
Oh, feeling well. I thought you said he's not doing well.
No, feeling, he's sick. He's under the weather. No, he's doing fine, other than that. I think we've all gotten a touch of
Extra.
the crud.
Something.
Yeah.
Okay, we do, however, have some information.
Nope, this?
Yeah, yeah, well.
He only made one copy of that.
No. Go ahead.
Of a Lester building that Chris provided for the apparatus building for the Station 2. We don't have the renovation of Station 2, we don't have those plans for the inside because Tyler are not here, or Tyler is not here. However, Chris
So-
is
Oh, sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
it's okay, Chris will go through the information he got and compiled for us, which was great. Can you put that up on the screen maybe?
I just shut my stuff down.
Okay, never
I'm
mind,
gonna have to run as soon as we're done with this conversation.
okay, never mind. Thank you anyway.
So based on a conversation about the footage of the apparatus bays and the simplicity of it, I just, had free time and I put together so you can go on Lester's website, Lester Building's website and design a building. Give a proximity of windows, doors, that sort of thing, and your height restrictions. And I sent it off to Lester, I did that yesterday afternoon and received a quote today, already. I gave him, I forgot my dots in my email, so it kept getting kicked back and I finally got it at 4:30, but, he was trying to get it to me this afternoon. Early this afternoon, it's a 50 by 60 building with 12 by 14 foot doors. It does have to be a 16 foot tall to the peak to afford the 14 foot doors with 3 man doors and 6 windows, no windows on the backside. It is, obviously, that there's a lot for discussion. The handout doesn't include the picture of the building, but it gives the dimensions, the wainscoting.
Anybody wanna look? That's the way it looks.
How long did it take for you to, like, drop in the specs and get something back?
So I don't drop in the specs. I literally designed it on their website.
Oh, okay.
As you see it, and I sent it off, and they take all that information, they do all the elevations, and they do all the calculations and the figuring of how much metal it's gonna take.
Cool.
It does include, like, if you look in exterior walls, you'll see where it says, to insulation, none, about midway of the small section that says exterior. But in the next one, it gives insulation 6-inch, unfaced, that's
Yep.
the big
Yeah. Sheets.
sheets, if you will, of insulation.
So Chris is basically did something like this, that's what he did.
So I just went on the website
Oh, that's cool.
and
And you can.
did that, and you plug in the things
You can
and
see the rafters.
Yep.
that, yeah.
And based on zip code, they must know snow load ratings and all that good
Yeah,
stuff. for
so
your-
they can do all that, and it's based on, that's actually, so their snow load is based out of, the northeast, which includes Canada. And they do that on purpose because it increases this, it's an overage of the
Yep.
snow load.
Yep.
Yeah, this is just a, food for thought. It does not include, this doesn't include the site work. This is essentially just the building. The wing, it's a steel building, wooden truss, building. Steel sided with the wainscot at the bottom. The wainscot at the bottom is 3 feet of separate metal. I think you don't have to do that, that is a little bit more money. But when you're trimming, plowing, a car impacts it or whatever, you don't have to do the whole 16-foot panel. You just have to do one 3-foot panel. And aesthetically, it is a little bit more pleasing to the eye when you can break that up. So I currently have it as essentially battleship gray with a forest green roof and forest green wainscoting and a beige door casing and trim. But there's several different paint schemes. I thought it would be a little bit too much if we made it red, even though it's a
Yeah.
fire station. You also wanna kinda make it fit in with the area, if you will, so. It's pretty straightforward and, it would afford the opportunity, the mindset behind the rear man door, so this would be on the 150, well, depending on how it sits.
Yep.
Proposed, this for all Lexington, this would kind of be cantered, whatever, would kind of face the existing building, I believe. There was discussion about, having, turn out a bunker gear room and other storage toward the back of the behind the bays. So this would give you an opportunity to do that and egress into those, so you're not coming through the whole apparatus bays with that, contaminated gear and that sort of thing. So if you created that gear room there, you could, the firefighters could go in there to do that. The interior build out is essentially, would be an extra afterwards. And the interior, finish would be an extra, so there's no interior, so what you'd see right now would be the exposed insulation.
Apologize, I gotta run.
Yeah,
Is that like that plastic
See you,
concealed
thanks.
insulation, it's almost feel like
yeah,
it's got a spray.
you see it in the
Yeah.
commercial
Alright.
buildings everywhere, so,
Kind of like what Mike was talking about when we were talking about this building out here, it's gonna have basically that.
yeah, so my whole,
No, he sent it to me.
and I'll send this to everybody, but, so this was a Leicester building that was done in Milton, last year. And this is what made me think, well, let me just go on their website and design it, but I anticipate that's what essentially it would look like, right?
Clean and
So I'll
bright.
get everybody's phone numbers and I'll send this picture to you,
Okay.
but,
That would be inside.
Very good.
Oh, this is just the inside.
What's the outside look like? You got the outside, you got the inside.
No, I got the outside too.
Okay.
Let me find it, yeah. There's the outside. Oh, cool.
So just what we're looking at, it's 146,000.
Hey,
That's just the building, so not the site.
Yeah, with all the,
Foundation, all that good stuff. 'cause
yeah, and all the,
Laundry list of
so it
suggestions.
says information on.
Heidi and I went up and visited the firehouse on Friday, I think.
Okay.
Strictly the apparatus.
It's a very modest price, I was expecting it to be a lot more, to be honest with you. I thought it was gonna be 500,000 plus.
well, it will be, it's the back.
Because
No,
we
I mean, I
also
thought
have
just
the,
the building.
second
Oh, just the
fire
building.
station.
yeah, it won't be,
We also
Well,
have
if you
fire
finish
station.
inside and.
One.
Well, you start
What's
adding on,
that?
but yeah, I thought
Yeah.
literally just what he got a
We
quote
also
for, I thought
have
that was
Lord's
gonna
Hill
be.
Wait, where's
that will
yeah,
house.
you're talking
Yeah,
less than $100,000 for concrete and the metal on the inside. And I can certainly, I mean, this was, like I said, I was sitting at my computer yesterday, I had yesterday off. This is what I do on my day off, I don't have anything else to do, so I designed the building. So I will, I will reach back out and now that, we've kind of preliminary got this look going. And say, okay, can you pencil in numbers for finishing the inside with metal like you see in the picture? obviously, they would have to outsource
What's this?
things like the overhead doors, so what
Right.
we get is the openings.
Right,
Although I think he did I
I
see a
thought I-
price doors on there,
yeah, that's what I said.
overhead doors?
So that picture was finished of the inside of the building.
The picture was, yeah, but this price wouldn't include that finish, I don't believe, cause if you
No.
look at,
He doesn't have doors.
Is that price just the building, or does that include the erection of the building?
that includes the erection of the building and everything, it doesn't include site work, and it doesn't include any finish work on the inside,
Electrical or
Door.
anything like that?
correct,
It's just-
Yeah,
Yeah, that doesn't include the door.
just the opening.
just the opening, right? Yeah.
Right,
So we would be, so that would have to be outsourced, that's an extra price. We utilize overhead door options, so
Electrical.
we could reach out to them, our electrician, that sort of thing. But like the finish on the inside, that metal, that would be essentially Leicester metal, like you saw in the picture. So I can ask him to, re-quote it with that. I can ask him to re-quote it with dirt work. I can ask him to re-quote it with concrete.
Get as much as you can, cause those, looks like the last page,
So,
you can put all your,
right,
even electrical work.
I'd be curious to see what it looked like if we went with the larger footprint like we originally talked about.
what's
The 65 by 65, I think it's a little bit too big,
Yeah,
but
I
I'd just be
think so.
curious what the price difference is.
well, that, and see the 65 by 65, so if you look at the trusses are,
Yeah.
That's kinda what I figured was gonna be the Achilles
so
heel.
those are 10 feet, and they can add them. They can add as
Forever.
many as we
Yeah.
want, but it becomes very expensive when
Yeah.
they do that. So it's typically more beneficial financially to make it an even number.
No, I agree, so if it was 60 instead of 65, I'm just curious, cause we went, like I said, we went and visited the fire station on Friday and came away with a whole laundry list of things we assumed was in there that isn't. That probably should, if we're looking at this truly from a, hey, this has to work for us for 30 years. Like,
From the regular, insert the existing,
no, just from looking at
forward.
what's in the existing one and trying to envision, okay, we're gonna build a new apparatus
Right,
building, what
right.
really should be in there, and not to
Right.
bash these, they're gonna sound like I'm bashing the fire department, I don't mean it to be, but the trucks are filthy, absolutely filthy. And it's because A, they don't have any water pressure to wash them even if they wanted to, and B, there's no drains in the floors. So their options for washing trucks are to go outside in 0-degree weather and make the apron a sheet of ice, and probably somebody's gonna slip and hurt themselves.
You got a firefighter right
yep,
here.
sorry.
you do, there you go.
A lot of the reason you don't wash the trucks in the winter is when you wash them, the gas gets around the doors, the moisture sits there. And when you go out, it freezes, and when you go open the cabinet, it
Can't open the door.
gaskets on. And when I come from Plasto, we had floor drains that went into a system approved by the state to dump it in the brook. When they expanded the PD, on our other side of our apparatus bay, the contractor dug it all up. So we had to have holding tanks put in, we had two 2,000-gallon holding tanks.
And you usually run into the game of, dealt with commercial vehicles with oil water separators and all that
Yeah,
stuff,
but
which gets
with the
really
holding tanks,
expensive.
it costs more, almost double, to pump those tanks than it does your home septic tank, cause that's
Oh, yeah.
for a commercial
Wow.
dump site.
And then the
So
other,
as far as floor drains, I'd say you're better off pitching out the door, let it run across the parking lot.
Yes,
I come from a fire department down in Connecticut as well, 20 years. And we washed our trucks every time. We never had that issue you're talking about, ripping the
I've done
gaskets
it, I've
off
done it
the
a dozen
doors.
times.
cause it was
We
a
never had that problem and we had our trucks spotless all the time. We rinsed our trucks down every time we came back. If they were dirty, like it's winter and it's salty and it's disgusting
I've done
out.
it probably a dozen times.
So, I can see both points, but I mean, I can understand too, what's the cost of, getting rid of that stuff? If we do holding tanks,
right.
it's gonna be a big cost involved.
2,000 holding tank fills up quick when you wash.
We gotta
it.
remember, yeah,
Well, I'm trying to
I'm not gonna say
envision
much.
20, 30 years down the road. So
Right.
the other part is the bays, how much equipment we have, we're talking with JT and the,
How many bays do they have now proposed? I haven't seen.
3.
three,
They have 2 where they are. And they
Yeah,
got
you figure you've
stacked
got
trucks.
the engine, the tanker, the ambulance,
yeah,
the forestry,
probably, well,
so you're looking at 4 bays, right, and it's,
forestry can, this time of year, not to worry about
And
it.
then
the
I
problem
could-
is you start double stacking trucks, like they used to park the tanker behind the engine. Well, you go to Ospey, they want a tanker, now you gotta come pull the engine out, pull the tanker out, back the engine back in.
What's that lot say?
Double stacking's alright if you have like a forestry with like your boat trailer, your UTV trailer behind it, which you're gonna hook to it.
And they're talking about putting the boat trailer and the, not the forestry truck, actually, the forestry truck is outside
It's
right
under the
now.
tent right now, because
So
there's no.
you start here talking, we're gonna build a new apparatus bay, and oh, by the way, we're gonna park all of our really expensive stuff outside in portable garages.
What's expensive stuff?
Yeah, which expensive.
Brush truck, you have to go buy one,
What?
the brush truck,
Our
the
forestry
the
forestry truck came from the States, so.
No, I know.
That's,
Stuart Stevenson.
Yeah, it's a military truck, I
Division
used to
Force
drive one.
plans.
Yeah, personally, I'd rather see that go and get a nice small at three
Well,
fifty.
Or their boat trailer, they're talking about parking that outside, I'm just like, why wouldn't you keep everything indoors?
If you can, but there's a lot of stuff in there.
There's a lot of junk in that fire station that could go tomorrow.
There is, and there isn't. There's a lot of stuff that we're using that's not,
I'm gonna
shall
be-
we say, new and shiny.
I'm gonna be mean, right, cause I used to do this, that ambulance is disgusting, it hasn't been cleaned on the inside in
He's
months.
working on it, that ambulance is probably, I looked the other day, I can't remember, 99?
Yeah, but it doesn't mean, 99 doesn't have anything to do with.
There is an age
clean.
restriction on ambulances,
That's being,
technically.
But that's the age of the vehicle, not the cleanliness of the vehicle.
Like I said, the problem is we can't wash because it floods the floor.
But you can clean the inside
It
pretty
has been
easily.
cleaned, it's just, right now, I work for Action Ambulance, so
Mhm.
we are constantly cleaning. It is non-stop, and
I would beg that there's been no cleaning happened in that ambulance other than somebody sweeping through with a brush.
Okay,
So not to be mean, but
someone else has
Oh,
a
sorry.
question.
Do we have anything at Lots Hill? As far as,
Yes,
what do we have? up there?
engine 3 and the antique are up there.
Okay,
is engine 3 the?
Mini smaller.
Okay, that's, okay, and then the Conway truck, the one that's sitting in the fire
That's engine
station,
4, right?
and that's gonna stay with us?
Engine
well,
Or we're
we don't
thinking of
know, we're
buying it.
just on loan,
Okay,
that's on loan.
Yeah.
That's on loan
right
while
now.
our tanker's going, and there is discussion about, purchasing that.
and that would fit up in the other station without the light bar and just a few little
Well,
Modifications.
tweaks.
Yeah, the heater,
But the light bar, the rear lights, I think there's a handle on the side that would have to be moved to get it in up there.
so and then just all the equipment that they have, their recharging system for their air packs, all that stuff's gonna require, and I'm glad the building's gonna be deeper than it originally was, cause that's what we're talking at the back end of the building, they really need to have like a tool area, a gear storage area like you talked about, what's it called, the cascade system, is that the
Cascade
charging
system,
system?
Well, I think at this point too, we have to see what size will fit in the spot too, cause wasn't that a question on where it would be located?
It sounded like the building that was proposed sometime in the past was bigger or approximately to like the 65 by
It-
65 they were talking
It
about.
was four,
And
well, of
that's
course,
gonna-
now they're going now, it was 80 feet long, so, the
Okay.
one that was proposed initially.
And then Mike could better answer, I looked at the landscaping there and I can't speak competently to
Right.
what the,
Right,
it's gonna, you have to squeeze it in.
yeah, it has to be squeezed.
But I mean,
You can go deeper, but wider is gonna be tight.
right, and then my concern was, there must be limits on how steep a driveway can be and sight lines and curb cuts and all that good
Right.
stuff. So
Right, just excavating.
I can't see the state giving us a whole lot of grief for an emergency services building for an extra curb cut.
Well, the
As
only
long as
other
the
curb
sight
cut
lines-
that could potentially be there would be where the egress has been
Right.
historically.
Yeah.
And because it's in so many feet, so it's based on miles per hour of the road to sight distance and
Yeah.
that sort of thing, so, it's not out of the question.
And it's not like you're asking for a shopping center to go there with its level of traffic, you're asking for a fire station with pretty
Right.
modest, about probably similar comings and goings as a home.
Right. Okay, so is there anything else on this building that we wanna
sorry.
discuss? I have a question about this building. We have Sean coming, right? Was someone in touch with him? Mike was getting in touch with Sean?
Mike was gonna reach out to Sean to see if it was viable to make it attached, if it has to be separated to attach it, does that mean we have to bring this up to fire code? So
Right.
those were all questions that,
That Sean should be able to answer,
well,
correct?
that was
Well,
yes, that is the whole reasoning behind,
Okay, I'll get,
essentially contracting with him or whatever, so
Right.
consulting with him, consulting, not contracting.
Yeah, consulting.
Mike, okay.
Worcester,
I'll get in touch with Mike and see what that is. I mean, I don't wanna bug him while he's sick,
Why not?
because he's sick.
He's probably watching right now.
Sheesh. Mike,
he's not texting me yet, so.
right, so he's not watching, he's sleeping.
You know. money, right?
Okay, are there any other questions? Did you talk to John at all? I know I appreciate all of the work he did on
Yeah,
the
he hasn't done anything yet.
original, okay.
Yeah.
On the original
Yep.
design, because now, as you see, things
He
are
doesn't
changing.
have anything, he doesn't have anything for us, or he hasn't received
He haven't
anything?
received it.
He hasn't received
He
it.
hasn't received anything yet,
Yeah.
No,
okay.
Yeah, as soon as he does, it'll just take him a matter of a day or two.
Right. right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mike,
And if
So you're gonna get a full
if he
price?
sends it to me, that's probably
Yeah,
better,
I'll-
'cause
yeah.
yeah, I
Manage
think
a lot
it's
of
much
that.
easier if it goes right to you and then you can get it to him.
I'll get it where it needs to go.
Doesn't get lost in the shuffle.
Right, at least someone else has another copy too.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that we can discuss, that we can prepare for, before the next meeting? I
We
think we're
don't,
kinda
we don't
on
have
hold.
plans and we don't
If we
have
had these-
answers from Sean, so.
You know, I was really hoping on those plans from
That's for the
Yeah.
renovation of the other building.
the, yes, the existing fire station, where the police and the fire will be.
So we have a footprint back here for a building, right?
Not from the original one that they had, we had the one,
Yeah, they didn't provide one.
he, didn't. No. We never found the original, you don't have the original, right, from way back?
Well, no, because from way back, it never included this as one of the
Right.
reasons it got shot down.
Right.
Is because it didn't include this space.
So you need to talk to JT and
Yep.
see if he can,
Well, you can't draw up plans yet, and the reason why is because we need to know if it has to be separated or together.
Right.
Because I think the consensus of the board, correct me if I'm wrong, not at the last meeting, but the meeting before that, was we
Correct,
had a show of support
Mm-hmm.
that we just connect it and make it 30
If
by
we
60.
can.
Yeah,
that's
Right,
all, that's
if we
from
can.
30 by 60.
right.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you still
30 by
can do the
60.
inside, I mean.
But into-
But we don't
Is it
even know
gonna
if
be
we can.
attached or separate?
We don't know if it can be attached.
That was the code
That-
question.
That's the code question.
Right,
For
Okay.
Sean.
and that's Sean's.
I understand that, so either you're gonna have a wall, or you're not gonna have a wall,
So you're gonna have,
whatever.
yeah, you're gonna have a freestanding building 10 feet.
But
from
the
this one.
interior is not changing.
No, you're
No,
correct.
the interior
it's
is
not.
gonna be,
Well, it potentially could if it's freestanding, cause you're gonna change where the doorways are and things like that,
It's-
so.
Yeah,
yeah. And it's gonna have to be a bit.
I just don't wanna see more time,
I don't wanna
paper
see,
get spent,
exactly,
and quotes go out.
oh, I wasn't
And
gonna
then
put
we're
quotes,
not.
just a
You
rough
know what I
draft.
mean?
yes,
And then have them say, oh no, it's gotta be separate, or yes, it
Correct.
can be attached,
No, we
and
need-
because if it gets attached, then we all have to have a conversation about what's the best way to go into that
Correct.
building. And historically, the discussion has been had that if we could ever add on to this, it would make sense to make a corridor
Right down the middle.
and blow up the wall, well, that's a secured section right now.
right,
So how do we secure the offices,
Mhm.
you know,
right,
cause it, wouldn't make sense to make this just a single door into that building, whatever, it would make sense to have a corridor, you go right down and that's an
Right.
open doorway.
So from Bergeron's standpoint, what does he need? We're just gonna say, can we attach a building to this building?
That's
Yeah.
what Mike is saying,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay,
And then do we need to retrofit this half to current code, or can we just,
well, from the sprinkler system.
yeah, exactly, or whatever else has changed.
right,
since this
whatever else
building
has
was-
to,
Does that change the capacity?
right,
And thus making
Right.
this whole thing had to be, because we already knew that just itself, the capacity, we're falling underneath that threshold, that we didn't have to sprinkle it. But if we add it to this building,
Yeah.
we're adding
We're gonna
this
have
square
to,
footage,
right.
does it have to be?
I would say, yeah, probably,
Well,
Don't-
it depends on usage
No,
and
no.
space.
Don't even say that.
okay. I know there's a certain number of people, or the occupancy, right, isn't it the,
Well, the
Total
total
occupancy?
occupancy of this space right here is 46 people.
yeah, so maybe it wouldn't be. Okay,
So,
hopefully it
Alright.
doesn't have to be, but,
What's the magic
alright,
number?
and,
I don't remember anymore.
296, right?
am I getting in touch with Tyler to, well, maybe JT and Tyler, to see about the renovation for Station 1,
Yes,
because we need those, the way.
Station 2.
Station 2, yes, Station 2.
so, yeah, that's, what's the
JT and
status?
Tyler, what's the status of it? I know he had said he'd worked a lot of hours on that other plan that really is not,
Ask
feasible.
JT and Tyler, where's the plans?
yeah,
Not Tyler to tell, but
okay,
Tyler to fire, ask both chiefs, need the plans.
gotcha, okay. Is there anything else, any other questions, any other input? I know we're back to like square one almost, because we're now looking at a whole different plan. But we've gotta shore this up soon.
Well, I think one discussion, you know, Chris nailed me at the transfer station, about the ambulance coming in, using the first bay on the right-hand side of the.
Oh, so I was talking with JT and he's, like I said, because when he was proposing this apparatus building to be considerably larger, I'm immediately thinking incrementally way more expensive, so I said we need to save some money. So one of my suggestions was, instead of building the Sally Port off the side of Station 2's existing building, can we make the Sally Port in the right side existing bay that you look at it from the road? Can they just wall that section off? I thought they had a lot of not wisely used space in that original drawing. They had a giant conference room and a giant day room. And there was some other stuff that could have gone. So if we just gobbled up a quarter of the real estate with the Sally Port within the existing footprint, it
Not even
looks
a
like it
quarter.
might, probably
Right.
not. It looks like there would still be enough room for
Right.
them to have everything they need. And then we're trying to play with the consideration of, well, let's leave this bathroom we just renovated where it is. So as you go in the building, the right side half would be the Sally Port. You get to wherever the end of that would be, and then, I don't know, divide the building in half somehow, and the PD gets one side and fire gets the other, and then where the current kitchenette is and the bathrooms, maybe that
They all
could be a
share.
common area.
Yeah, common area,
Again, just
right.
to eliminate the construction of that little outcropping.
Right.
I don't think it would have been super expensive, but 50 grand is 50 grand. So-
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, we had to look at that whole
And then
floor
the
plan again.
current concrete floor looked not bad, but it has visible cracks and stuff in it. I don't know if they would put a skim coat and float an additional layer of concrete on there, and that might address the height differential with the new bathroom. If they raise the floor and then it just becomes level, now you're back in ADA compliance, because I know that was a concern. And
Yeah, more than likely, you know, part of the discussion, I think it's gonna be necessary to add another bathroom. And if so, no matter where you put that, in that current building, you're gonna have to, potentially, you're not really gonna have enough pitch. Right, Lawrence?
And I was trying to think of what can we leave where it is to minimize the amount, like if it doesn't make sense where that bathroom is in whatever layout we do, then yeah, we're gonna have to redo it, and it's gonna involve unfortunately jackhammering the floor and all kinds of good stuff to put
Or
the.
pouring another floor.
Right, but my guess is they would probably wanna pour some type of minimal floor over what's there anyways, just to level it. It looks like it's got some waves and stuff in it, so. I don't
And it
know.
was two structures at one point in time.
It was, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other discussions? I'll entertain a motion.
Motion adjourned.
Now, second.
Sure.
All right, our next meeting will be
The third,
the 3rd. That's correct.
When's town meeting
The 14th,
of March?
yes.
town meeting is technically on the 10th.
And the
And
10th,
it
right,
gets
all one
adjourned
of
until the
town meeting.
14th.
Oh, okay.
Because town meeting starts with the elections,
Oh, gotcha, okay.
not the split hairs, but.
6:50.
Did Sean ever get any calls from the state? He was gonna